Oh, Jeremy Vine, did you roll through and Schofield go out on a tandem bike ride? You big bike nonce, you. Other than sounding just like me on Twitter, Joey Barton has obviously had a busy weekend, and some of the responses were hilarious. What is most amusing to me, however, is the complete lockstep of the mainstream media and the establishment types to paint him as having illogical and irrational distaste for all women, including his wife and daughter, because he doesn't like the unqualified women currently working in football punditry. I don't see how one has anything to do with the other. But a point I wanted to bring out starkly is going to be directed at any of the women on Twitter, or men, let's be honest, woke, emaciated, sparrow-boned men trying to impress women by knocking down straw men related to Joey Barton, claiming that him not wanting to listen to them commentate on a football game means that he's somehow attacking, devaluing and belittling all women on planet Earth and even movements attached to women like feminism. One of the best examples comes from this no-mark who's been attacking him lately. My article on Louise Raw and her legal crowdfunding here. You thought I was going to pick up on Jeremy Vine, didn't you? I mean, it's an understandable mistake to make. Jeremy Vine is about as likeable as a rattlesnake with a hangover, but I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about this lady. Dr. Louise Raw. World War I was famously fought to stop women commentating on football. He's not saying no women should be allowed to commentate on football, is he? He's saying that women who are absolutely terrible at commentating on football shouldn't be commentating on football. And so it goes with these people. I suppose they are similar to YouTubers in a way, in that they're just trying to amplify their own voices by talking about what's relevant. But the big difference is, everyone, certainly that I follow on YouTube, is actually worth listening to because they've got a personality. That's why they go on YouTube. Twitter requires no talent at all. You just retweet your betters and type things occasionally. It requires very minimal effort and no charm or charisma whatsoever. I think this bird's just trying to jump on the bandwagon. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Louise Raw constantly talks about how, for some reason, men not liking clueless, uneducated, unprofessional people who can't do basic maths commentating on men's sports. For some reason, us not liking that is apparently harmful to women as a whole and the feminist movement. And my argument would simply be this. Do you think reasonable criticism of unqualified women who happen to be working in a certain profession, whatever it may be, if two incompetent people were my bankers and they kept giving me terrible advice with regards to my brokerage account or my investments and I kept losing money and I said, you two suck, go and get me someone who's qualified, I don't feel that I'm attacking women there. I'm attacking the two individuals. As usual, these woke lunatics use identity politics as a cudgel when they haven't got an argument to make. So I would argue that it isn't in any way an attack on all women. And I'd throw the point back at you. Do you think men disagreeing occasionally with women is harmful to people having respect for women in general in society? Or do you think something that they might be doing, I don't know, maybe like, well, this? Maybe you think that might be causing people to lose respect for women? My point is this, don't you think the tens of millions of women currently embarrassing themselves daily on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and all the rest of them with absolutely no shame, brazen liars, yo-yo knickered hussies, like whatever you want to call them, the ones who seem to be trying to make a living, not by being intelligent, forthright and independent and honourable, but by just acting like the worst type of slack-jawed Victorian harlots. They think that's totally fine, that's empowering. But me, I don't know, preferring to have a male aircraft pilot when I go for a flight. In fact, not even that really, is it? I wouldn't have a problem with a female pilot if she was well trained. What I would have a problem with is someone getting given the job just because they've got a set of threepenny bits. I mean, do you think that couldn't happen? It's already happened. It's already happened. As I said in the last video, doesn't matter whether you're talking about firefighters, coppers, pilots, nobody's bothered about the gender or the race or the religion or the shoe size of anybody that's doing any of it. They just want to make sure they're qualified. And the point, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been paying attention, is that most of these people being employed by DEI wackos are not qualified. All right? So some of these pictures are ludicrous. Look at this one. If I see this in the gym in 2024, I'm filing a lawsuit. I'm tired of being distracted. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Kim Kardashian being married for 2 weeks, but then a load of Baptist preachers saying gays getting married was ruining the institution of marriage. We ruined it for decades. Peter Hitchens is bang on this point. We made marriage worthless. We happily signed off on people getting married for 2 weeks at a time, doing it in front of Elvis. Sham marriages everywhere to make open borders immigration easier. We ruined the institution of marriage, and then we blame it on the occasional bloke who's as rare as rocking horse shit, living with a man for 20 years. It's the same thing. We aren't belittling women. We aren't making you look ridiculous, ladies. You are. Me on a rowing machine trying to enjoy a workout and seeing some bird doing some weird backwards yoga crab thing with a fanny lips 2 inches away from my face while I'm trying to get a sweat on. That is why people have started not to respect women. If you want to be respected, be professional and do a good job and keep your head held high and act professional and switched on and stoic and tough and strong, actually strong, not pretend you're strong and go on about how strong you are while simultaneously crying and asking the builder to kill the spider with your flip-flop. No, actually strong and independent and hardworking and intelligent. Do all of that. And nothing Joey Barton or Dr. Louise has to say will matter a jot anyway, will it? But I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think 100,000 e-thoughts on TikTok is genuinely helpful to the cause of women's equality? You think that makes the men in Saudi Arabia respect you, ladies dear? If you disagree, I'd love to know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good week. It's Monday. Nobody likes them. But don't worry, I'll be here to keep you company. Thanks for tuning in. See you very soon. Cheers.